Chapter 415. True Dragon Blood Spring 2. Kang Tia slightly revealed his curiosity, but he didn't have much expectation. I'm afraid that these treasures that these Jidan stage cultivators cared about wouldn't be of much help to him. But Lu Wang recounted carefully as he began with the discovery of the Forest of Lost Tracks by the three great families. The Forest of Misty Trails was a relic left behind by the ancient immortals. It was discovered by the three great clans together in the beginning, and in the end, they found 3 keys to open the Forest of Misty Trails. And through these keys, they could enter and exit this place at specific times. Little friend Kang Tia, you may not know that this Forest of Misty Trails is actually that ancient immortal's medicinal garden. To put it simply, it's the place where that ancient immortal planted heavenly treasures. A trace of pride flashed in Butler Wang's eyes. Medicine garden. Kang Tia sucked in a mouthful of cool air. Then a trace of fire flashed in his eyes. Of course he knew what a medicine garden was for. If this was really that ancient immortal's medicine garden, I'm afraid that there would be a lot of heavenly materials and geomantic treasures in this place. As for his injuries, he was in need of these heavenly materials and treasures to recover. This was absolutely heavenly good news. Kang Tia wanted to kiss Butler Wang a mouthful. However, Butler Wang's next words made Kang Tia's face darken, only to hear him suddenly sigh. Unfortunately, this medicine garden doesn't know how many years it has existed, and the heavenly materials and earthly treasures that can be preserved are very scarce. Coupled with our 3 great clans' exploitation from generation to generation, there is only the last treasure left today. Kang Tia was instantly disappointed when he heard this, and in his heart, he fiercely greeted Butler Wang's full-fledged female relatives, thinking that you damn well didn't say it earlier, causing me to be happy for nothing. However, he then curiously asked what this last treasure was. A hint of yearning appeared in Butler Wang's eyes as he said with some excitement, "This last treasure is called the True Dragon's Blood Spring, according to the information left behind by our Bai family's ancestor. That ancient immortal was so powerful that he had once beheaded a dragon with his own hands. Although the corpse of that dragon was not left behind, the dragon's blood splashed out by the ancient immortal when he beheaded the dragon was mixed into a mountain spring in the Forest of Misty Trails, thus forming this True Dragon Blood Spring. The True Dragon's Blood Spring only appears on the nights of the full moon, and the spring that spews out each time is very limited. So despite being mined by the descendants of the 3 great clans from generation to generation, a lot of it has still been preserved." Kang Tia had an excited face after hearing this. Dragon. That was a powerful divine beast comparable to a deity, or a holy beast, very powerful. Even a young dragon that was just born had the strength of an immortal rank. A dragon's entire body was a treasure, especially the dragon pearl was the most precious, and of course, dragon blood was also very precious. When Kang Tia first stepped into the dark gold peak, his second senior brother had given him the green Jiao's essence blood, which contained powerful energy that could enhance the strength of the physical body, while the green scaly Jiao had gone through evolution time and time again to become the lowest level of Jiao dragon. The level of the dragon was unknown, how much higher than the green scaly Jiao. From this, it could be seen that dragon blood was even more effective in boosting the strength of the physical body. No wonder Butler Wang was so excited. These people in the ancient immortal continent were unable to cultivate true essence, and could only think of ways to enhance their physical body strength. And the True Dragon Blood Spring was the ultimate treasure for enhancing physical body strength. Of course, the only thing that disappointed Kang Tia was that the dragon's blood left behind by this ancient immortal was definitely very little, and mixed into the spring, so I don't know how many times rarer it was. In this way, the effects of the True Dragon Blood Spring would definitely not be as effective as the real dragon blood, and would be of limited help to Kang Tia. Alas, forget it. It's better than nothing. This true dragon blood spring should be able to restore my physical body to the ushering stage level this way. At least I have the capital to defend myself in the ancient immortal continent. Kang Tia sighed. Now that he was a tiger, if he was able to restore his physical body to the ushering stage level, then with his talent, he would be able to completely resist some outbreathing stage powerhouses. And an out-of-body stage powerhouse was considered strong in the ancient immortal continent, and it was enough for self-preservation. Well, could it be that little friend Kang Tia is also moved? But Le Wong suddenly stared at Kang Tia, the corner of his mouth pulling out a teasing smile. Kang Tia smiled darkly at the words. He knew that this was but Le Wang's test, after all. The true dragon blood spring was the treasure of the three great clans. It was impossible for him to get it. He immediately smiled bitterly and said, "To say that I'm not moved would be a lie. However, the true dragon blood spring is so precious. Where else would it be my turn? I just want to hurry up and get out of this damned hellish place on the line." Ha ha. But Le Wong laughed at his words, a hint of appreciation appearing in his eyes. He was very satisfied with Kang Tia's understanding. Little friend Kang Tia, feel free to rest assured. Now that you are already my Bai family's guest secretary, we will naturally take you out of this place. But wait until the time of the competition for the true dragon blood spring. But Le Wong said, and then looked towards Kang Tia, who instantly understood and said with a firm face, "Since I am the Bai family's guest secretary, I will naturally help Missy seize the true dragon blood spring." Good. But Le Wong nodded in satisfaction at his words. Then, after giving a few words of explanation, he pulled open the car door and left. Kang Tia looked at his back. The corner of his mouth pulled up a sneer. "Want to make me cannon fodder? Humph." Perhaps it was because he was begging Kang Tia in the next few days. But Le Wong often talked to Kang Tia affectionately. It looked as if he was a long-lost friend. As for the surrounding bloodthirsty knights, they were no longer hostile towards Kang Tia, and just acted as if he didn't exist. As for the mistress in that luxurious carriage, she still did not receive Kang Tia. And even in the past month, she did not leave the carriage at all. On the contrary, it was that little boy, Bai Kong, who came to Kang Tia from time to time to chat and even ask about some cultivation issues. For this interesting little boy, Kang Tia was very kind, and when he had time, he carefully guided his cultivation. And when Butler Wong saw that Kang Tia was so uptight, his attitude towards him became even better. The sun was setting, and the afterglow of the setting sun shone above the two figures, one tall and one short. "Big brother, is there anything wrong with my tiger-killing fist?" "Well, your fist path is not wrong, but the intention has not been reached. The essence of the tiger-killing fist is to be unrelenting, upright and powerful. You have not gone through real killing, so it is this intention." While the bloodthirsty knights were preparing dinner and repairing the fortifications, Kang Tia was beside a large tree, teaching Bai Kong boxing. In Kang Tia's eyes, Bai Kong wasn't considered a genius, but his qualifications were still top-notch, and he should be considered good in this ancient immortal continent. Coupled with the personal guidance of this famous teacher of his, the little guy's progress could be imagined. "Big brother, I'll definitely be able to do it this time." After listening to Kang Tia's explanation, the little guy said with a confident face, and then began to rehearse his fist technique. Kang Tia nodded slightly. The little guy who may not be considered a genius, but his perseverance was good, and he would definitely be a strong person in the ancient immortal continent in the future. At this moment, in the luxurious carriage not far away from them, a woman in blue was secretly watching Kang Tia and the others through a corner of the carriage window curtains. "Eldest miss, it seems that our worries are redundant. Do you think that we should withdraw our surveillance on him?" But Le Wong didn't know when he walked over and said softly beside the car window. In fact, during this period of time, he had been arranging for the two bloodthirsty knights to constantly monitor Kang Tia's movements. for which Kang Chia was also aware of, but he didn't pay any attention to it. Humph, good theoretical knowledge. When we return to the White family, we will let him continue to teach little Kong. The woman in blue snorted coldly at his words. I understand. But Le Wong sniffed and understood. He knew that the oldest miss was recognizing Kang Chia. After watching for a moment, the woman in blue pulled the curtains closed and continued her meditation. At this moment, an afterglow swept him from the corner of Kang Chon's eye, and he could not help but secretly shake his head. He also heard the words of the blue-clothed woman just now, and was very depressed in his heart. It was really a tiger being bullied by a dog. Once upon a time, he, Kang Chia, had been reduced to the point of being despised by a tiny Jidan stage cultivator. Big brother, here I still have some not understand. Bai Qian's voice suddenly came, interrupting Kang Chon's thoughts, and the two then continued to study the tiger-killing fist. Night came, and after Kang Chia dismissed Bai Kong, he returned to the carriage and continued to recover from his injuries. After a month of bitter cultivation, his physical body had improved. The one-day meridian near his dantian had been completely repaired by him, and within the thick meridians, purple Kang Chia hegemony blood rolled and swirled.